Hey guys, it's me. Venom Let There Be Carnage was out for some time now, and I finally got to watch it. And I think this will be a very short review because there's a lot that I don't like about it. I think my main issue with the movie is that it took so long for the plot to progress. And I'm not even joking when I say that the bulk of the movie is just Venom and Eddie disagreeing and arguing about minor stuff. Their argument or talks last about 5 minutes. There's a lot of funny dialogue. I get the movie is trying to be funny, but then afterwards, we get another 5 minutes of them arguing again. I don't like this at all. To be honest, there's not a lot that I can take away from watching this movie. I find the humor in this movie is a little bit excessive. This film gave me the impression that I should not take it seriously, even during the times that it was trying to be serious. But I find a lot of what happens in the movie very comical and not in a good way. Since the movie is called Let There Be Carnage, I was expecting a very serious rivalry going on in this movie, since Venom and Carnage rivalry is well known in the comic verse, and I can feel the hype building up towards that moment that was going on very strong, but it felt short and quite disappointing, to be honest. I'm not sure who is to blame for the creation of this movie, but I definitely feel that their long history of rivalry in the comics was not translated well into this movie. Instead, the focus, I think, was put more towards the relationship between Eddie and Venom, which I thought was already well established in the first movie. But it seems like they're focusing on the relationship again, which I don't get. I really don't. Since this is a non spoiler review, I won't say what happens, but the reason for Venom and Carnage to fight is seriously dumb. And the reason behind them to harm each other is very weak. And we don't get actually much of Eddie, Brock, and Cletus Cassidy rivalry before the huge fight either. They just met for about 2 or 3 times for about 10 minutes before the big fight against each other. Carnage in this movie is like, well, I just want to kill Venom, okay? Because reasons. And me as the audience, I'm just like sitting there. Well, okay, I guess that's a good reason to fight, I think. And about Cletus Cassidy himself, dude, what is up with that hair? You see what I mean when I can't take this movie seriously? This review is already turning more into a ramble than a review, so I get back to the reviewing part. There are other characters in this movie that played some role, but not significant enough that it's worth mentioning, other than the character Shriek, which is Cletus' love interest. And there is some background story about them and how they came to be, but it was cut short to make room for other characters and more of Venom and Eddie banter. So the graphics and animation in this movie seems a bit of a downgrade from the previous one. The movie might look very violent, but due to the PG-13 rating, no blood was spilled at all. And I found the action or fighting scenes not really that interesting to watch either. Watching Venom and Carnage fight was nice for a while. After that, it was like watching red and black glue sticking to each other. I'm trying to think of what I like about this movie right now. I've mentioned before how I find the humor in the movie was too much. I actually don't mind Venom and Eddie just talking to each other and making jokes. It's really interesting to see their dynamic. When they talk, they really talk though. Venom's voice is also played by Tom Hardy, which he gave a good performance, in contrast to Eddie himself, which is an opposite character. I just wish that their back and forth banter was toned down a little. I find it hard to recommend this movie to anyone except for hardcore MCU fans who find it compulsory to watch all Marvel movies because it does have some relation to the MCU as a whole. If you have plans to go to the cinema and not sure what to watch, maybe put this movie lower on the list because it's not that exciting of a watch, to be honest. I'm a little harsh on this movie, I think. I want to like it, but I just don't. And I'm usually honest when it comes to my personal reviews. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy my review. Let me know what you guys think of this movie. I would love to know your opinions. Thanks.